Pandas. Good morning, Pandas, and welcome to my stream. I'm glad that you can join us today. I hope everyone had a banger weekend. Pandas, today, what are we going to do? We're going to find the two-legged pullbacks. We're going to do it live here on the E-mini. I'm glad that you guys can join us. I'm excited for this week. I really hope that you guys were able to reset your mental capital. I hope you guys were able to come today to focus up and get ready to read price action. with the community here to find the best setups possible. Pandas, I'm already up 812. Little morning session, two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA after the bounce off the bottom of this trading range. A, B, C. Was able to make a couple points there. I was honestly, I was thinking about this measure move. I was thinking about this measure move here to take it all, but once it started to get around here, it started to get a little shaky, and so it doesn't look like that because when the bar finished, it was actually strong. But while the candle was developing, I didn't feel super confident just because we had this trading range right here, and I was thinking, possibly maybe failed breakout. But on the 10K chart, there was plenty of room to the top of the trading range, so ends up making the entire 2-to-1 risk ratio right there. And but I was able to scalp out what, like 3.5, 3.25, some amount of points. But I just saw it start to get shaky there, and so I just skunked my trade a little early. But up 812 with this beautiful Pikachu trade here off the 20 EMA, coming back to the top of the trading range, and but skunked it a little too early. Could have made 2x my risk reward ratio off of that two-legged pullback. But pandas, it's okay. We'll get the next one, pandas. But able to start off with 812. I'm hoping I can end this stream green, pandas. I've had 2 green days in a row, and last week I had 3 pretty big losses, but on stream was able to recover those losses on that I've made that loss on stream. I mean, to be honest, off stream I was able to make up those losses plus more. But this style or this series that I'm doing, I'm trying to focus on, can we just be profitable in the power hour, right? Can we be, or in the opening hours, can we be profitable in the first hour and a half of the open? See what kind of profits we can make. Let's say you wanted to just become a day trader and only want to trade in the morning, and you were thinking, how much money can I make if I just traded from 9:30 to 11 o'clock or 9 o'clock to 11 or whatever, the morning session. And I'm trying to kind of make that kind of format here, so we shall see. Oh yes, you guys can't see it, my bad. Let me fix those overlays. Alright, pandas, that's my bad. Okay, so I'm up 812. Sorry you guys weren't even seeing what I was talking about, but there is the profit loss. Also on the top right of your screen, you can see the time frame I am on. So if you're wondering, oh, what time frame am I watching, the 2,000 tick, 10,000 tick, 5 minute, you guys just take a quick glance at the top right of your screen, you can see it. So this 2 times risk ratio was made already. This is why we see the reversal here. Also on the 10K chart, trading range indicator marking the top of the trading range, hitting it perfectly with its own 2-legged pullback on 10K chart. What are we on the 5 minute here? 5 minute is also a little interesting here. Let's see. Pretty strong move down. I mean, measure move. I'm thinking if we have to make a measure move, it looks something like this, but it kind of breaks beyond a couple points here. I'm thinking failed breakout of this trading range. That's what I'm thinking, coming back into the trading range. But I would only trade this as a trap here, pandas. Like if we get a trap to the downside, that's the only trade I'm interested right now in the pre-market. But let's go ahead and look at Friday's trades. See if we can find anything interesting here. Oh yeah, there was a time yesterday that the market just kept going up and up and up, and it was absolutely incredible. I think I'm trying to remember, did something trigger? Right, I had this downtrend here, and big downtrend from this pivot to this pivot, and once I saw this reversal pattern, it's a head and shoulders pattern here, I was thinking we're going to come back to the top of the channel here, which is created from this pivot and this pivot. So that's important because that tells us, right, the target before it happens, right? It wouldn't be helpful if I knew this target after it happened. So once I saw this head and shoulders pattern form here, I was thinking that looks like a pretty strong reversal pattern at the bottom of the channel. Again, this channel is created with all previous information, so we knew the bottom of the channel. We see a big reversal pattern like this, and not only that, we see a trap trade. We see a trap. The breakout was a trap right here. We never looked back ever since it broke this head and shoulders with this trap here. It's a perfect scalp, so it's a golden box, but the perfect scalps are also traps, and we see a nice trap trade here. Essentially a Pikachu trade. And push up, and that is a pretty good trade. But that actually happens really early in the... When does it happen? Why is it the time zone weird? Does that happen early in the morning? Was I up at this time? Maybe I was up at the time. Coming up here, hitting the top of this. And once I saw this rejection, I thought we were going to come back to the bottom of the channel, but rather we come to the middle of this broad channel, and we start to find some consolidation. From these setups, what's a good setup here? I am keeping an eye on the 2K chart right now, at the current time, and so if we get a Pikachu trade, if we get a trap trade, I'm looking to go short. I'm just keeping an eye on it right now, thinking failed breakout of the trading range. Once we saw a breakout like this, I'm thinking, some sort of measure move of some sorts. Probably measure move like this. Once we break out like this strong, I'm thinking, how far can this go? And you realize you have plenty of room. Once you even break out a three strong bull bars here, you have plenty of room to make some nice profit. This is a Pikachu trade, but far away from a 20 MA, so very, very difficult to trade that in my opinion. You do have this L4 pattern here, and then another L4 here, and then another L4, H4 to L4, which is actually incredible. But this L4 does kind of trap you out here if you're to take that. I realize if you're going to get L4 set up you should take it as a reversal, and so look for a trap trade afterwards, or at least a lower high setup, which is this 2. In my opinion, difficult to trade this. Even the strong breakout, you're kind of not able to enter because of all this choppiness. So actually, you have to skip all of this, and it's painful to skip that. I think you're missing all those opportunities. This trade right here might have been a good trade here, a trap trade, thinking spike and channel of some sorts. This channel does break out here, overshoot to the top, overshoot to the bottom, and then we start to get sideways consolidation. In my opinion, very difficult to trade all this. You could potentially trade this right here, this 2, higher low setup, right? Failed trap to the downside. This should have gone downwards, breaking down this trading range, but typically trading ranges fail breakout, fail breakdown to fail breakouts. Get a couple of them here. Again, not useful just to know that, hindsight bias, right? But if we were to look at it like this, bar by bar, could we make a decision right, with this H4 coming back up? We're thinking, okay, this is going to break out now, comes back down, and then when we see this trap fail and reverse on us, you're thinking coming back into trading range, continuing the original trend. At least that's what I'm thinking. I think this day, Friday, I made about... I think I had a 2K day. What kind of day did I have? 1 second. Just consider this pre-market time, like a warm-up time, where we can kind of like be reminded of our setups, reading context. I had, yeah, I had like a $2,900 day on Friday. I'm trying to remember what's the trades I took. I think I might have taken this trap here. Let me see. I put in a Discord. That's right. I actually took this trade on the 2000 tick chart. That was the trade I took. Ooh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I took this trade. I actually took this trade up here, and the reason being is because trend, or this channel here, broad channel, and we came to the top of it like that. I put in a Discord, taking that 2-to-1, taking this as a 2-to-1. To be honest, this was a much better setup to take, much safer setup to take, in all honesty. But for me, I saw the risk here and didn't think it was that high. Plus, it was an L4 setup on the top of the trading range and or the channel. When I saw the L4 setup, I was thinking, okay, I can take that loser, and then I can try to enter again if I see some good reversal pattern here. This is the best setup here, right here, of this reversal. I mean, at this point, you're already thinking overshoot. You're already thinking break of trends, bunch of them happening here. You have this break of trend, you have this break of trend here, making a new high, and the new high was an L4 setup, and coming to the top of the channel, you're thinking, and I was able to take 2-to-1 on that, 2-to-1 risk ratio. A 2-to-1 risk ratio here. But in my opinion, looking back, this was a better trade to take. Looking for some sort of measure move or reversal, strong reversal down. Back to the bottom of the channel here. As you can see, channel made from these pivots, this pivot here, and this pivot here. And once it hit that, I said on the Discord how funny this was, because the market couldn't make it any more obvious that it was looking at this trend line. And you can see here, it's kept trying to break down, but could not, and finally reversed with a trap here. And I made a nice little, the funny thing is, let's just stop you out. So anyone who entered this trap here is already stopped out, which is unfortunate, because you could have held that. But anyways, that's as far as the end of the day, so you're not really looking into holding that. But you know, anyone who entered this trap trade thinking they can just hold it for the rest of the time was trapped out, and then finally made this reversal. So that's what happened. But pandas, let me say good morning to a couple of my pandas here as you guys are rolling in. Good morning, guys. Hope you guys had an amazing week. John Wilson, good morning. Beach Bum, good morning. Austin Hare, welcome back. Speedy Boy, good morning from London. John Yona from California, thank you for joining us early. Kelpie Ventures. I'm not sure if I've seen this name before, Kelpie. Welcome to the stream. Not sure if you've been sticking around, but glad that you're joining us from Texas. Janelle, good morning. Blood Tiger from Canada. Canadian here. Good morning. John Fernandez, Argentina. By the way, pandas, I do have an eye on this two-legged pullback on the 2K chart, and I'm actually looking to trade this trap here because we have, you know, a couple things. We do have, right, of course, break of trend new high, but also measure move hit and trading range. And so I'm thinking we're coming back to the trading range. If we do come back in here, I'm thinking we're coming back to the bottom of the trading range. I might swing that to the bottom. We'll see. We'll see how the price action looks like if we re-enter into this trading range. But I'm gonna look for a trap trade here. I'm gonna enter short here if we do get it. It might happen around market open. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yeah, Blood Tiger, thanks for the heads up. I messed up on the capture, but the capture is there now, so you can see my profit and loss for now. Phil W, good morning. Scott Harbour, good morning. Mike Carroll, welcome back, guys. Richard Harris, welcome back. Austin Hare, purchased a two-legged pullback indicator. So let's go, pandas. Let's go, baby. Hopefully you can follow along very, very closely now with us. Actually, I'm going to do a quick reload of the historical while we wait here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Fart Machine asks, is there a terminology sheet for L4 and H4? If you actually look in the description below, there's a frequently asked questions link, and that will take you to a post going over some frequently asked questions. And one of the questions answered is, what is an L4 H4 setup? Good morning, guys. Calvary Trader, good morning, good morning. Sofiane Loneker from UK. I'm not sure if I've seen this name either. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, if we're getting a lot of new people, thanks for putting in the chat, giving me some good mornings in the chat. Do appreciate that. If you guys are rolling in, make sure you guys scalp that like button. I would love to get to 100. I would love to scalp 100 likes before market open. Let's see if we can get there, pandas. Option Sniper asks, do you have any posts sharing your strategy? Yeah, if you go to the description below, it goes into great details of my strategy. Oh, once I reloaded this historical, it actually looks different, and we do not have a trap trade here, pandas. But we have a lower high setup here. Unfortunately, because we don't have the trap trade now, I'm not looking for a trap trade, but maybe that's the saving grace. A, B, C, this is my only trade now. A lot more price action needs to happen for me to consider going short here. Good morning, guys. Good morning. No whiskey challenge today, pandas. No whiskey challenge today. By the way, if your chart looks a little different than mine, I'm on NinjaTrader and a 2000 tick chart. If your charts look a little different than mine, make sure you reload your historical charts. You can do that by right-clicking and clicking reload all historical data, and you can reload your historical data. So if your charts look a little different than mine, that might be the reason why. Pandas, what we're looking for is a trap trade to the downside. Right, from the top of the trade range to the bottom of the trade range, that's what we're looking for. Also, measure move hit. Ah, crazy. Actually, that wasn't even. Actually, this had to look at A, B, C, A. I'm not sure how the formation of this candle was, but this could be a hidden second entry, which is A, B, C. Giving us a hidden second entry. 2x this signal bar, which is right here, which is where we were not able to close above it, making me think we're going to reverse here, right? That measure move, people took their profits off that 2x, right, risk reward ratio. Why is a 2x 2 to 1 risk reward ratio so important? When we do have a setup here, pandas potentially happening. Let's see if we get that trap to the downside. But why is the 2 to 1 risk ratio so important, pandas? It's important because of probabilities, right? It's important because of the trader's equation. If you don't know what the trader's equation is, I think for me it helped me understand why why these measure moves work. The measure moves work because of the trader's equation, and that being essentially people need to find their edge. And once they find setups like the swing setups, they will be willing to risk this signal bar for 2 times their risk, because that works about 40% of the time. And 40% of the time in the right context, if you can get a good swing trade, right, you need to only be 40% accurate in order to be profitable, right, with a 2 to 1 risk ratio, or 1 to 2 risk ratio, 2 to 1 reward risk ratio. That's right. That's how you say it. 2 to 1 reward risk ratio. And that's why these measure moves work. Right? You have a 2 to 1 of this signal bar, and this is exactly where people took their profits. And then we can see how it reacts, how the market reacts to these swing targets. And if we see it bounces off like this, right, we can't even close above it, then we can take information from that. We're thinking that's where people took their profits. The bulls were not strong enough to break the bears, or sorry, the bears were not strong enough. Sorry, the bulls were not strong enough to overcome those who were taking the profits here. The amount of people who took their profits was enough to actually reverse off of that measure move. So that's why these That's why the 2-to-1 risk ratio is so important. And that's why I like to mark the 2-to-1 reward risk ratios. Also measure moves, such as if you go to the top here, bottom top here, we try to find a major move here. And these are also important because we want to see how the market reacts on these measure moves. And so every bar, right, bar by bar, every single bar has meaning. And we're trying to read the price action by marking these things to see what's happening. What are the institutions doing? And if we can look at their footprints, and hopefully the footprints can help us decide where the market will go next. For instance, if you see footprints, like price action to me is like looking at the footprints of the institutions. And just like if you see footprints walking towards a door, you're thinking, okay, maybe the footprints walking towards a flight of stairs. You're thinking, okay, maybe the footsteps are going to go up these stairs. Right? We're trying to read the price action up to the point where we can kind of predict maybe what's going to happen next according to the price action. So that's what we're doing here on this channel, reading pure price action. We do have a two-legged pullback pandas on the 10K chart. I may be interested in going, but we shall see. My main trade right now is a trap trade to the downside, and that's all I'm waiting for at the moment. We have an A, B, C pattern, failed, second entry long, reversal, top of the trading range, coming back into the trading range. Also, measure moves hit here, thinking we're going to reverse, but we shall see. I'm not sure if the market's going to be generous enough to give us that failed second entry long. It looks like it wants to make its move down before us here, but we shall see. We're just waiting. We're sitting on our pause until we get our setup. But pandas, welcome to the stream. Hey guys, if you guys are just joining, make sure you scalp that like button. Glad that you guys can join us. Already up 8-12 today. I already went over my trade. If you just rewind, you can go over the trade that I did this morning. While I'm up 8-12 right now, I did it around 8:30ish, and was able to scalp a couple points, swing a couple points there. Pandas, market open very soon. I'm gonna end the poll here. What kind of day do I think it's gonna be? I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea what kind of day it's gonna be. Like, we're at the bottom of the channel on the trading range on the daily. I'll look at it soon, but the market's gonna open 30 seconds. I want to keep my eyes on the market here while we got some juicy price action that might give us a quick scalp in the morning here. You could set up a trade here going long, and if that fails, you can reverse your trade, come back to the bottom of the trading range. In fact, I might do that with I'm gonna do that with 2 points here. I'm gonna go long here, and actually gonna reverse my trade here. Actually, no, if we don't have it set up here, actually, I think I'm gonna just take the trap. We'll just take the trap here. No trap set up yet. No trap yet. Needs to break above the previous candle's high to get us that second entry long. Market just opened, giving us some volatility. Trap never triggers. Market is vicious and stingy. Does not give us what we wanted. Don't have. Oh, we might get it here. If we get a trap trade here, I'll take this trap trade as well. It does not break the previous candle's high. In fact, it's gonna. That right there is enough for traders to go short, in my opinion. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna take this trap trade here to the downside. Let's see if we get a scalp here. We may lose a trap if it goes up too high. Attaching this order to the indicator so it'll move automatically if we do. Looking for this trap trade back to the bottom of this trading range here, pandas. Trap gone. No longer interested in a trap. Trap triggers on the 10K chart, pandas. There's actually a trap on the 10K chart. It does trigger immediately. Scalps out super quick. Coming to the top of the trading range. So that was a two-legged pullback to the 20 EMA, and that was looking for a new high. We could be doing something like this. Break a trend, new high. That trap on the 10K chart looking strong. Two-legged pullback on the 5-minute as well, right? Trap on the 10K. Fails to make a point. Right, 20 EMA blocking it. The 5-minute also. Two-legged pullback here. A, B, C. Reverses. Boom. We have our new high now, but we want 2 legs up. If we're going to ever find a short trade here, 2 legs up. Looking for these broader channels here as we're in this uptrend. But you don't want to mess with the 5-minute bar right now. That thing is very strong. The 10K chart, strong bull bar ending near its high. What do you think, Pandas? You're thinking follow through. That's what I'm thinking here. But we are in the trading range of the 10K chart. Just sitting on my pause here. You gotta look to the left of the chart. Ooh. You gotta always look to the left of the chart. Even though you saw a strong bull bar, but trading range. Also L4 setup on the 10K chart. Just watching, Pandas, man. Big volatility. Big bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points on one bar on the 5-minute. That's pretty big volume. Pretty big, in my opinion. Or pretty big volatility. 8 points. We do have no follow through, Pandas, on that big bear bar or big bull bar on the 10K chart. The top of the trading range with the L4 setup. Pandas, I might go short here. I might go short here. I'm gonna go small contracts because we have big risk here, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, a little more than 5 points of risk. I'm gonna go short here, Pandas. This trap trade, top of the trading range, thinking, but only trading 2 contracts because of the risk is larger than typical. No follow through on this big bull bar, top of the trading range. You're thinking with L4 setup, potentially failed breakout here. Sitting on my pause, or not sitting on my pause, I have my order set up here. If you see something like this, I'm not sure if I'm interested anymore. Right, all that price action coming above. Not sure if I'm interested in this anymore, Pandas. Am I interested in this? Top of the trading range, L4 setup, no follow through, 2K chart, creating a, alright, I'm gonna trade a trap on the, that's it, on the 2K chart. I'm gonna stay away from the L4 on the 10K. I was actually very interested, but now looking at this, I'm not interested anymore. This looks like it's gonna keep going up. Only trade I'll take is the trap trade to the downside, similar to what I wanted to wait for here, but I think we might get it up here. It'll coincide very nicely with the L4 setup on the 10K chart. But let's see if we get a 2-legged pullback here. A, B, C, second entry long. Oh man, the 10K scalps out in 1 second. Not even 1 second. I don't think I would have been filled in that order because I filled so fast, to be honest. Alright, 10K, that's what it was. Right, top of the trading range, failed breakout. Strong bull bar, no follow through, Pandas. You gotta wait for that confirmation of follow through. No follow through right there. Even the strong bull bar, the 5-minute candle, it looks super strong, but it's big trading range bar. Potential reversal here if we can find it. Right, we have our setup here. Right, break a trend, new high, 2-legged pullback, and now we are looking for a failed second entry long to enter short. Pandas, the market is not being generous to us, not giving it to us, so no entries here. The only entry we had was that 10K setup, right to the top of the trading range, to the bottom of the trading range. I would have done that with 2 contracts, but obviously my actions speak louder than my words. I got a little scared, a little hesitant there, just thinking of all the comments of all the people saying, why would you take such a dumb trade, why would you go counter trade, and thinking of all these dumb comments that would come up here if I took that trade and lost it. But Pandas, is all good. At the end, it is what it is, and you know, a dumb trade is a dumb trade though. Even if it works, a dumb trade, even dumb trades can work still. We do have a trap here, but it's right on our trend line. I don't want to trade short into my trend line here. Unfortunately, it's happening at a bad spot now, which I don't like. Too close to my trend line, barely enough room to make a point. But Pandas, I feel hesitant here. Perfect scalp trap. Oh boy, I kind of want to take this. Trap trade. Come back to the bottom of the trading range. I'm taking this trap. Attaching it to the indicator. No need. We're in this. Taking this trap trade. It's a little close to the trend line here, but I like the setup here with the failed, with the breakout new high, or breakout trend new high, and coming below the 20 MA. I like that trade, but it was close to my trend line here, which is what might get us here. It might bite us in the butt. But I like the setup here. I like the fact that we're at the top of the trading range, coming back into this trading range with a failed breakout and trap reversal. But pandas, it is what it is. We might get bit here, but it's all good, pandas. I mean, I saw this. I like it. The only thing against it was this trend line here. I would be trading short into the bottom of the trend line. But in my opinion, I thought we had enough room, right? We can come to the bottom of these candles here. I think you had enough room to make a point here, but if we don't, it's all good, pandas. I thought the trade was worth the risk. Let's just say that. Trap trade reversal, break of trend, new high, thinking that we can make a scalp here. But if we don't, it's all good, because I thought the trade was worth it, and I'm willing to lose this. I'm willing to lose 1, 2, 3.5 points. The thing is, people say like it's crazy. Why would you do a 3-to-1 or 1-to-3 risk reward or 4-to-1? I mean, the probabilities are so high that we want to take that. But pandas, this looks like it's gonna scalp. This looks like it's gonna stop me out here. It's all good, pandas. All good. I mean, I like the setup. I like what we had. We had the trap trade. In fact, I still might go short here. If we see a good signal bar for a two-legged pullback down to the downside. But pandas, it's all good. You know, even though I lost that, in my opinion, that was such a good setup. I'm willing to enter that and lose it, and I feel fine. I feel completely fine because of how I thought that was going to play out. Seeing all the patterns here, I really thought that would have given us a point. But pandas, it's all good. On to the next trade, pandas. Kind of almost break even here. Terrible signal bar, and if this triggers here, this might be the one that actually gives us our push down. Finally, right after trapping us here, stopping us out, it might make the point here now. We'll see. Terrible signal bar. Not interested in this trade anymore. It's all good, pandas. It's all good. If you see a trade, if you see a setup that you like, you gotta take it. Even if you lose it, you gotta be okay with it, in my opinion. I'll take a failed trap here. If this triggers here, I'll take the failed trap to the downside. I'm not looking to go long here, pandas. I still think we're in this reversal, but I'm not gonna take this trap. I'm gonna take the failed trap here if we get a failed trap. So it looks like it wants to give us our point now after we got stopped out. And so again, correct premise, wrong timing equals bad trade. And so I had the right premise, and I wanted that trap trade here. It finally does give us our, the scalp now, but it is what it is, I was thinking to the bottom of the trading range also on the 10K chart. We had plenty of room. It's just unfortunate that it wanted to stop us out before actually moving down. So panda, sometimes you just mistime it, and in my opinion, that was a good trade, taking that trap. But it is what it is, pandas. Moving on to the next one. I mean, at the end, we made a two-legged pullback, A, B, C, and yeah, right premise, wrong timing. So unfortunately, that's what that was. I did like that trade. I still liked it, and I'm okay losing that. I'm okay losing that because that could have been a nice swing trade as well. DBK asks, there's an uptrend, how can you take that for a scalp? I already mentioned a couple times, right? Breakup trend, new high, two-legged pullback, failure to the downside underneath the 20 MA. It's a good reversal trade for a scalp, but obviously got stopped out there. I was thinking that the one thing that was stopping was this uptrend, and I was I was trying to short right into it. Maybe should have been a little more patient, wait for the two-legged pullback, but at going live, that's a little hard to trade that. It's all good. The thing is, Pandas, you stick to the plan, and if you see that setup again, you take it. That's what I'm doing. You know, if I see this setup again, I'm gonna take it. If I see this reversal pattern here, I'm taking it. I'll probably swing it next time and make double my loss. Right? I'll make my loss up and I'll double it up, most likely. Breaking down now. L4 setup. 5-minute chart giving a strong bear bar now. Right? We saw the strong bull bar forming. We gotta wait for the candle to finish. Reverse it strongly. Let me know, Pandas, if the music's too loud. Hey, make sure you guys scalp that like button. For those who are joining us, scalp that like button. Don't forget. Give some Panda a little money back by supporting the channel. Losing on his stream every day. Do I want to go short on this trap though? Downtrend now. Pretty strong downtrend. Do I want to lose another trade right now that quickly? Outside bar reversal. Sitting on my pause here. Let's see if we can get back to the 20 EMA a little bit more. Didn't want to take that outside bar reversal. It was a trap trade though, actually, right? Outside bar reversal, but sitting on my pause right now. A little shell shocked right from that loss. So we're going to be a little patient here. Let's find a really good setup, Pandas. Let's find a 90% or greater probability. But the 10K, the trading range indicator, beautiful, right? Top of the trading range to the bottom of the trading range. Bottom trading range to the top of the trading range. The trading range was recognized by these three bars. Once these three bars were formed, gave us a trading range here. Gave us perfectly here, right? Came above it, failed breakout to the bottom side. Sitting on my pause. No trades here right now. Maybe look for a trap trade on a 10K chart. Potentially. If we get two-legged pullback and make a second entry long, maybe look to go on the trap trade on the 10K. Confirming this L4 pattern. Going down. Unlikely we'll get that trap trade on the 10K chart now. Breaking low like this. Aaron Core says, when you lose on stream, it's fun. It's not fun for me. I'll just say that right now. I mean, when you actually have money on the line, it's not fun at all when anyone loses money. I actually don't like it if people, you know, celebrate when people lose money. It's actually the most horrible thing anyone can do, in my opinion, as a human being. You know, like imagine like someone losing money and you're just cheering them on, but you know, in real life, if that happened, then, you know, that's the thing about, I believe, yeah. So it's just one of the most horrible things you can do, cheering on someone losing money. But, hey, it is what it is. The internet is filled with strange and terrible people. We do have an L4 set up here. I don't know. I'm still looking for a trap trade on the 10K chart. Thinking that would be my setup, my next setup. We shall see. We may get a trap trade on the 10K chart, pandas. And look how we're below the 20 MA on the 2K. Gives a micro double top on the 10K chart. Some traders may take that as a signal, right? Thinking that if we break previous candles low, that's enough for us. That's enough evidence for us that we want to go short here. The main reason because we have the L4 setup, strong rejection. Could be a reversal here on this L4. Strong push down, right? 5-minute chart also showing strong bear bar, thinking, right? Bear trend day today, in my opinion. That could possibly happen. But I'm not going to trade that because it's not a technical trap. Just sitting on my pause here. Just going lower, right? 10K trap. People will be selling the break of this bar here on 10K. People will be selling there, in my opinion. I'm only interested in trap on the 10K chart right now. A potential two-legged pullback on the... I mean, this is getting choppy now, so I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I'm sitting on my pause. Very choppy. Very choppy right now. We do trigger the second entry long on the 10K chart. 10K chart triggering the second entry long. I want to take this trap here now on the 10K chart. Big risk though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of risk. I'm going to change it to a 2-point swing or 2 contract swing here if we get this. Just because the risk is too big, but I'm gonna try to swing it 2x, 2 times, or the 2-to-1 reward risk if we get this. Main reason being confirming L4 setup here, reversal pattern off of the 10K chart. Big risk though, so about 6 to 7. If you're not willing to lose this risk, do not enter this trade. By the way, do not copy my trades. I am a panda after all. Would you ever follow a panda if you ever met one in real life? No. Do not copy my trades, pandas. Big risk right here. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.25 point risk here. But I like the setup here as well. Like I said, I'll take this trade 9 out of 10 times. L4 setup, trying to come back, make a new low here, pandas. Break a trend, new low, looking for the new low here. I'm gonna swing this a couple points. The logical swing is 2 times your reward risk, actually way down here. So about 12 points is what you're trying to swing for here, if we're to get this. Coming back up. We might lose our trap here. Attaching it to the indicator just in case this moves. So this trade right now is attached to the indicator, so if this candle finishes, it will automatically move it up 2 ticks, whatever tick it needs to go to make this the signal bar. Getting very choppy on the 2K chart. The 2K chart looks like this right now. Market's very confused. There's a bunch of exchange of trades here, but most likely this will continue the downtrend, right? We have consolidation. Most likely this will continue the original trend, in my opinion. But I'm sitting on my pause. I'm letting the setup come to me. I'm not gonna chase this. I'm not gonna enter early. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna let it happen. If it happens, it happens. I'm gonna lose potentially $600 here if it does go against me. Looks like we're gonna lose our. See, this is why we wait. We wait for it to come to us because this looks like we might lose our trap here. We lose a trap at 75, turns a perfect scalp, absolute scalp, so we lost our trap. That's why we wait for the settle, pandas. We don't chase it. Do not chase it. Here, we're not looking to trade anything in this. Very terrible to trade in this. That's a 10, or that's a 2K chart. Some people will still consider this a trap because it's a two-legged pullback and they just consider this as a failure because it doesn't make a reversal. It just kind of reverses. It reverses immediately, right? It's creating wicks. So some people will consider this a trap still. Right? Some people will trade this as a trap. I'm gonna sit on my pause. I'm not gonna trade it as a trap. I'm gonna only trade genuine traps, which is less than 1 point. But that made an absolute scalp to 6 ticks. So in my opinion, all the scalpers are out, right? So this, in my opinion, is not a trap, but it is what it is. Sit on my pause. We got nothing, just no setups. Absolute, terrible price action to trade. You can trade this with limit orders, right? Up and down this trading range. Willing to risk whatever, half of the risk of this trading range. Chris Stubbs asks, do you have a video? Actually, I don't have a video, but it's very easy. You just right click, you create an order. Create an order like this, put it down here so it doesn't get triggered. Right click it, and if you right click it, you can see attached to indicator and go to properties. So you want to right click this little flag here. It gives you options. You can trade it, you can attach it to the super signal value. And this is the super signal here, and so the super signal will move automatically once the candle finishes. And so we are finding resistance here. 2 failed breakouts of this trend line here. I may be interested in going short here. A terrible signal bar, but that'll be my only trade right now. To go short here for potential swing trade. I'll try it. I'll try this because 2 failed breakouts of this trend line. Potential 3 failed breakouts of this trend line. If this reverses again, I'll be even more interested in going short here. Yep. Still interested in going short here. Attaching this to the indicator. If we make a 2-legged pullback here, lower high setup off of this trend line, I'm looking to go short. I'll swing in a couple. Measure move potentially here. Measure move. Could be a couple point swing. I'm going to trade this here. I'm going to go short here, pandas. If we do get it triggered. Alright, we got 3 failed attempts to break this trend line. Glad I didn't enter it because I'd be sweating right now if that happened, if I entered it and went long. But I'm waiting for the setup to come to me. And if we break through, then I'm going to get rid of this trade. Micro triple top here. Very interesting. Another failed attempt to break out of this trend line. Super choppy though, obviously. Do not copy my trades, pandas. It's unfortunate, man. I thought that was it, but it wanted a 2-legged pullback. Should I manage that differently next time? No, definitely not interested in this terrible signal bar. But It's coming right back down, but not interested in that with a signal bar like that. Unfortunately, this might be a reversal here because of micro quad top here. But the signal bar like that, I'm not interested in going short against that. Just watching here. This is absolute choppiness. Nothing to trade here. Oh, it bit me here, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is, pandas. This long will be a decent trade to go long in my opinion. Just because it's a trap trade, traps typically scalp out. So, probably your most decent trade right here. With a breakout. Failed trap, huh? Failed reversal here. Very interesting. Just sitting on my pause. Got nothing here. Maybe some announcement at 10 o'clock or something. I'm not sure, but this is very choppy right now. No actionable. Nothing actionable here. This is probably your best trade so far. It's also an L4 setup. Just sitting on my pause. Got no trades here. Just watching. It does make the scalp here. Absolute scalp. Hey pandas, if you guys are just joining, make sure you scalp that like button. And if you guys are just rolling in, I'm Bye Money, and welcome to my channel where we trade only one single instrument, the biggest, baddest, most liquidable market in the universe, the E-mini futures. And I'm glad that you're joining us today because we are scalping the E-mini every single day here from about 9 to 10 o'clock. Something's happening at 10 o'clock. Something just triggered at 10 o'clock. Big volatility right there. Something's happening here. We were waiting for that 10 o'clock. Whatever just happened at 10, not sure what it was, but it just triggered something like that. But welcome to the stream, pandas. Here we trade only one single setup, the two-legged pullback. The setup that looks like this. A, B, C. Sorry, I'm just looking at the price action right now. See if there's anything interesting, but we don't have anything interesting yet. Two pushes down or two pushes up. We're trying to find this in the best context possible. In the right context, this setup is greater than 90% probability to make a point because the market loves to move in twos. And so once it makes its two moves, that move is done. It's like to enter against the opposite of this move. Big move up, big move down, pandas. What's our 10K look like? We got nothing on our 10K chart, unfortunately. No two-legged pullback. Looks like we're going to continue our downtrend, looking for a new low. Yeah, 10 o'clock. I didn't know what it was, but it felt like 10 o'clock. It was waiting for something at 10 o'clock. And whatever it is, it's giving some volatility now. Maybe we can enter a trade now. We shall see. But on the screen, we trade pure price action. And so, all I have are trend lines, channels. Also have a 20 EMA and the 240 SMA. And also an indicator that automatically finds for us two-legged pullbacks. Also the trading range indicator. It uses price action to identify trading ranges. If you want any more information on these two indicators, the two-legged pullback indicator or the trading range indicator, you can check out the official website www.twoleggedpullback.com. The URL is on the bottom right of your screen, also in the description below. Pandas, make sure you scalp that like button because I am hurting right now. I had a losing trade over here. But it's all good, pandas. It's all good. Now we're getting really choppy price action, and this price action here to me feels like even if we break below it, we might come back into it. This seems like a pretty strong choppiness here. Even if it was induced by like waiting for an announcement, something like this typically acts as magnets throughout the day. Or I could be completely wrong. This is not financial advice, pandas. Take this trap trade here, pandas. Interested in this trap here. Breaking out of this trading range. It's outside bar reversal. I'm gonna wait for it, actually. Take this trap down to the bottom here. It's a little far from the 20 MA. Okay, no longer interested in this trap. Terrible. I don't want to trade against this bar. Even though it's a trap, I don't want to trade against this bar. I wouldn't mind a trap trade here though, pandas. Measure move now from here, here, to here, to here. Measure move. The trap does trigger with like really fighting against a really big bull bar. Trap is failing. That's why I didn't want to take that trap with this bar, fighting against this bar. Still might be successful, but that's scary. You know, if you saw that price action, that's pretty scary, in my opinion. Feeling better about yourself though now. If you went short here, you feel good now. Perfect scalp. Bouncing off the perfect scalp. Just not interested. It's okay, pandas. I mean, I missed that trade, but that was, yeah, against that kind of bar like that. But it comes right back up, hits top of it, comes right back down. I'm fine missing that one. That's a little sketchy. Measure move about to be hit. Measure move just hit. Measure moves from this pivot to this pivot to this high to here. I copy and pasted that line and made a measure move. We hit it perfectly and bouncing off of it at the moment. I'm just hesitant to call this a bear trend day today or a bull trend day today. I just don't know. Just because we have this crazy price actions, crazy choppiness right here, and these moments of choppiness, the market lets it come back to these things. Because it's an important price I found. Market likes to come back to these things, so just not sure. But regardless, we don't have a setup in any way. Nail Lalani asks, what are your thoughts on SPY coming into this week? It's a good question. I answered that question on a video on SPY. It's a SPY update, and I think it's gonna crash. I think we're in a downtrend right now in SPY. So I answered that question a little bit in that video, so you can check it out. It's my latest video I uploaded on my channel. I'm trying to use price action to figure out what's gonna happen to SPY, and what I'm seeing now is essentially it's gonna go down to the bottom of the channel. On the daily, right, we have a measure move on SPY first, right, from this low, from this high to this low, to this pivot high. We want this measure move first. I want to see how it reacts to that measure move, and then eventually come back to the bottom of this channel. That's what I'm thinking. typically what happens in price action, and this looks no different than any other chart to me. The daily looks like a 5-minute chart, right? 2000 tick chart, they all look the same to me. It's just price action, so it doesn't matter, right? The market is completely fractal, and so every time frame is going to look similar to every other time frame. It's just in a bigger magnitude. We do have a H4 here. I'm gonna sit on my pause though. If we do get a reversal here, I'll think about it. But man, the market's a little choppy in my opinion. Even though we saw some strong moves, like this is a pretty strong move, but it goes right into choppiness, strong move to choppiness. It's a little difficult for me to make an actionable trade here. This is the measure move again. Hitting it, testing it again. Just teasing it. Seeing what the market wants to do, this measure move. It looks like it wants to go below it, but I'm not sure. I keep hitting it, so I'm thinking it's gonna go below it. Breaks down the measure move. Not even a point though. Wouldn't call that a break of it yet. Reversing off the measure move again after failed breakdown of the measure move. Just sitting on my pause. Again, getting super choppy, so nothing actionable for me. I have no idea what's happening. I mean, I know what's happening. We're choppiness. But I have no idea what's happening in terms of how can I trade this? I cannot trade this. So just watching. It's unfortunate. Oh man, got bit. Got bit right here. Yeah, that's a good setup too. Pretty good setup. Just wanted the two-leg pullback. A, B, C. It's all good, pandas. Take that trade. 9 out of 10 times. One, two, three, 4 attempts to break below the measure move. The measure move is acting as a support at the moment. Not willing to trade this at all unless we see a reversal pattern here, right? We do have, again, a break of trend, new low. So we're in a place where we can reverse here, and in my opinion, I mean, from the price action, it looks like we're going to be choppy. Like, it doesn't look like we're going to go too far down or too far up. So we can use that to our advantage. So we feel like we're going too far away from this, right, this choppiness, and we can feel like maybe we'll come back into it. And on the 10K chart, the trading range is still valid up here on the 10K. 5-minute. Oh, wow. So this trading range did break, but, you know, with this move. But we're just coming back to the bottom trading range on the 5-minute. So I'm not trusting any breakouts right now. I'm basically just trying to find reversals to come back into the trading ranges here. See if we can do that. Yeah, I'm tempted to take the 10K trap here, because traps in general on the 10K chart are very, very, very reliable. Just not sure how it's going to form though. I'm not going to take an outside bar reversal. I may take the trap here to go short for one more point. We have a 10K trap here, potentially. my trade I would take is a trap to the upside on the 2K chart, or the trap on this 10K chart to continue this downtrend. That's what I'm thinking. I will be only scalping here. If we get a trap on the 2K chart, which could form, a lot more price action has to happen. I'm not looking to go short on the 2K chart, sorry. I'm looking to go long on a trap, right? Break a trend new low. Measure move acting as support here with the H4. Unfortunately, the market's not even giving us a failed second entry short here. So we cannot trade a trap here. We don't have a trap. Only way we can get a trap is if we first get a failed or a second entry short here. So if we get a second entry short here, I'll be looking to go long, pandas. Looking to go long back into the trading range on the 10K chart, coming back into the trading range. We do have a potential trap trade here, and I'm going to be going long here if we get it. On the outside bar reversal, I'll take this trade. I might swing it for 2x reward risk ratio. I like this setup here. Again, it's the same setup here, but I'm taking it on this side, and 9 out of 10 times I'm taking this trade. All the conditions are met for this, plus we're in choppiness, so interested in this trade. If I get bit here again, it is what it is, pandas, and it's just one of those days, but in my opinion, I think this is a very good setup. Look for 2x the reward risk. See if we can get it. I mean, it looks like it's going to bite me again here, pandas. Like, this is where the reversals are failing every time. Breaker trend, new low. That's scary stuff right there. If this gets me again, pandas, I might enter into second to two-legged pullback, but I'll get bit here and that's fine. It is what it is. I'll take the red day today, but I like the setup, pandas, right? Breaker trend, new low on a choppy day, and I'm thinking we're going to reverse here, coming back into the trading range, coming back into this choppiness. That's what I'm thinking we're going to do, but we shall see. In my opinion, this is worth the risk here. Worth the risk. Well worth the risk. But do not copy my trades, pandas. I am a panda after all. Do not copy my trades. Just watching. Looks like it wants to stop me out here, which is very unfortunate because I got bit again on the major trend reversal. Oh, it is what it is, pandas. Man, that's painful. I mean, it looks. I think I'm gonna get stopped out. I mean, this happened to me so many times. I just feel like I'm gonna get stopped out here. But I like the setup, and if I like it, I gotta take it. And it is what it is. I'm gonna get stopped out here now. Man, 2 losses. It's all good, pandas. It's all good. Again, I like the setup though. I like the setup. I like that setup though, pandas. Almost want to take this long as well now. I almost want to go long here again. I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm taking this long as well. If I lose this one, alright. It was a trap trade, that's why I was considering it, but it's no longer a trap. If you lose, you lose. But man, that's off of the support here with the trap trade to the long side. Man, oh man, oh man. This market is tricky, right? It got me twice, right here and here. Whoo! This market is vicious today. That's painful. I think I'm going to have a red day today, but it's all good, pandas. Both of those setups to me, well worth it. Well worth it. We have downtrend, break of trend to new low, bouncing off a measure move, support, H4 setup here with a reversal pattern. In my opinion, that is a good trade to take. It is what it is, pandas. If you lose it, you lose it. Move on to the next one again. Boy, oh boy, man, this market is tricky today. Tricky. Tricky market today. It's all good, pandas. Whoa, pandas. I hope you guys are doing better than me. Whoo! Man, oh man, oh man. Is what it is. Breaking low, making new lows now. So that reversal failed. That reversal failing is gonna create the opposite effect here. Maybe continue the downtrend. That's why you get out of your trades. If you lose it, you just take it. You just take the loss. It's all good. We'll move on to the next one, pandas. Honestly, $1,000 loss is nothing. It's easily recoverable within the day. Boy, oh boy. Daily's not looking good at all now. Looking for the measure move here, maybe. I mean, with this failed reversal here, man, we could actually have a pretty strong downtrend. We would have a trend channel like this. Looking if there's a broader one than that. Yeah. Very broad over here though. Measure move, completely disregarded. More room to go down. Man, there's 2 losses in a row. It's just, on 2 good setups in my opinion. 2 good setups. But it's all good. The reward risk is worth it, especially when you try to swing. Richard Belmont asks, how many contracts am I trading? I'm trading 5 contracts. I had my 2 green days. I was thinking, okay, maybe I can just go back to my 5 contracts, but maybe I should stick with 2. Still stick with 2. Maybe I'll just stick with 2 all the time on stream. It's just unfortunately, you know, like basically you're not gonna get much. You're not gonna win that much, nor you're gonna lose that much. But that's tricky. That's tricky. I'm still thinking how tricky that was. Very tricky trade, in my opinion. Wow. Wow. It's all good though. Hey, 90% of the time. Doesn't mean it's perfect. Doesn't mean it's perfect. Aaron Korn says, Panda, you lost 1900 on stream. Is that a new record? That is the most I ever lost on stream, I believe. The important thing is, pandas, you stick to the plan, right? Like I took that trade because I'm sticking to the plan, and even if I got hit again there, I stuck to the plan, and I'm okay with that, knowing that there are gonna be drawbacks, right? You're gonna have drawbacks. It's not perfect. Yeah, Richard, I was trading 2 contracts, and I should have stuck with 2 contracts. Maybe had, you know, extended my. I put myself in probation essentially, because I had 3 losing days in a row, and those 3 losing days, I was like, okay, maybe I should just go on probation, just trade 2 contracts to minimize my loss until I can just become profitable again. Was profitable for 2 days in a row, and went back to 5 contracts today. New week, I figured I can do it, but hey, pandas, man, I got bit twice, bit here, bit here. Ooh-wee. Wow. It is what it is though, pandas. If I lose on a good setup, I don't mind. You know, you can say whatever you want, but in my opinion, this is the setup that you want. Breaker trend, new low. There's plenty of evidence here that we're reversing. Many things here going on. But this reversal fails, and look at what happens. When this reversal fails, the opposite happens. Tends to react in the opposite way. Now looking for measure move. Let's see if we get this measure move, pandas. Very close to it. See, that's why I'm glad I'm not in my trade. Right? That's why you take your stop loss. Right? Otherwise, if you held this, you would have taken this entire loss. This would be all you know, unrealized gains or unrealized losses, but that's really bad. That's really, really bad. That's how you blow up your accounts. You just take your loss and move on to the next one. Right? Good setups failed. I'm okay with that. I love when good setups fail. I love when good setups work out. It doesn't matter to me. I just love going to good setups. To me, a good setup is a good setup, even if it works or not. I mean, in my opinion, I'm guessing we're in a downtrend, but man, I'm not sure. I mean, we're in a downtrend right now, but yeah, unsure. Measure move actually misses the measure move by 1 tick actually here. Very interesting. Oh, it looks like it's trying to hit it now. Missed the measure move by 1 tick. Front runners on that measure move. When they saw this reversal fail, they would probably take this for that measure move. From here to here to here. Bouncing off the measure move now. Again. Let's see how it reacts. Man, fail reversals. Breaks right through it. We're in a downtrend day today, pandas. Breaks right through it. Amazing. About 2 points. Breaks through it. Completely disrespecting that measure move. I think to me that's an obvious measure move for the market to see and mark. And so the fact that it completely disrespected it, completely disregarded it, the bears are stronger than we think. Bears are very strong. But even knowing that, pandas, there's nothing actionable for us. We cannot trade. We cannot enter this. We have a big trend line here on the 10K chart. Just saw it. Overshoot on the 10K chart. Perhaps overshooting here. We'll see what happens after this overshoot. Measure move hit. Blown right through it. Absolutely incredible right now. Strong downtrend. Nothing actionable for us at the moment. That was a reversal of the day right here. Comes back up to test it, fills that gap. Fills the gap by about 1 tick. What I mean by the gap is this low here to this high. Fills that gap, and then it shoots back down. People that re-entered right here once they hit that gap. That's what the price action is telling us. Strong downtrend. No entries for us, pandas, unfortunately. Man, oh man, oh man. What a trade. What a trade. What a bummer. Pandas, make sure you scalp that like button. Especially if you love watching this panda lose money, make sure you scalp that like button. We got a trap trade here, pandas. I'm like almost tempted just so I can get into this downtrend, but the downtrend is so, in my opinion, it's so late in it. It's gonna sit on my pause. Failed trap here. That's why I didn't want to go into that trap here. Trap fails, reverses. Maybe interested in the second trap down. Another failure, basically a two-legged pullback. But man, that's still too far away from 20 EMA. It's just getting to become choppy here. But this is a two-legged pullback. A, B, C. Easily seen with the dark red number here. Magenta box actually means it's a Pikachu trade. It's a two-legged pullback, but just too choppy for me. I would like to be closer to 20 EMA if I were to ever take this. Late in trend, overshoot to the top of the trading channel here. Overshoot here to overshoot here. That's what we're thinking. It's a 10K chart. That's what we're seeing. This is broad ascending channel. We got a two-legged pullback here, pandas. And you know what? The funny thing is, we might get the reversal pattern here. And if I take it, I'll probably lose out again. Ooh, boy. We got two-legged pullback. Too far from the 20 EMA, though. Just sitting on my pause. Two-legged pullback does trigger here. Terrible signal bar. And instantly makes a point. I don't know if I would have been filled right there, but that makes a point so fast. Strong downtrend, two-legged pullback, terrible signal bar. It's two-legged pullback though. A, B, C. Terrible signal bar. If I had a better signal bar closer to 20 EMA, I would consider that, but tricky. Market is tricky. I feel like this day is a day where the traps fail. Right? This trap fails. This trap fails, but it still ends up going the same direction as a trap. This trap fails. This one actually does fail completely. This one's successful. This one fails. Ends up going the same direction though as the original trap. Market is vicious. Wow. Today, huh? Very interesting market today. If you see the setup you like, you gotta take it. You gotta take it. I would like to enter one more trade if possible. See what happens, but I'm fine. I'm content here, sitting on my pause. Remember, pandas, scalp that like button. Option Sniper says keep executing when the setup is there. I mean, the market's always in short. I mean, that is without a doubt. Always in short. Not sure what's happening here. Just watching. Strong push down. I think that broke a lot of the bulls. And the bulls kept trading counter trend to this, thinking we can come back up. But I think that little push down right there was the bulls breaking, in my opinion. Just watching. Just watching. Not much to do here. Can't do much. This is what Al Brooks will say. Bears are trapped out, bulls are trapped in. Bulls are trapped in because if they're trying to reverse this, right, they're trying to come out break even, buying at every reversal, they're trapped in this. They're taking all this pain right now. And bears are trapped out because they want to enter, but they don't know when to enter. They just enter at any close, but they're just waiting for a setup like we're doing, and we're trapped out. We have this broad channel that I created, and we're at the bottom of this broad channel. Big push down. Yeah, I think the bulls are feeling the pain, too much pain now. They're just getting out of their positions really far away, but they're getting out. This is the pain they're feeling. We can see their pain in the bars, right? When it's like overextended and all of a sudden it kind of like accelerates, even though it's overextended, that's like the bulls in pain. Too much pain, they're just coming out, right? The losses are so large, they're just willing to lose even more just by coming out with their market loss or the stop loss, pushing it even further down. Watching here, overextended, so not looking to go in this trap. If anything, I'll look to go long here if this trap fails. That'll be a potential setup that would take maybe worth taking actually. How overextended we are, bottom of the channel, failed trap to break down. If we get a failed trap, because thinking bears are they're eager to come in. They're gonna come in short here, and if it fails and reverses, it might be a good setup to go long actually, which is scary for a lot of people. How counter trend it looks. But in my opinion, not a bad setup. Pretty high probable trade that we can make a point going long here if this trap fails. Because of the breakout, failed breakout. Trap fails here. Potential trade to go long here. Maybe I'll take a 2 contract trade here. I know people are going to go crazy over this trade here. But trading small here, 2 contracts. Trap does not fail, actually successful, no longer interested. I was thinking the failed trap just to make a scalp here. We do have a potential 2-leg pullback. I mean, technically this is still failing, right? This trap still fails, perfect scalp. No longer interested though. It looks like the bears are still in town. Do not underestimate the power of any trend. Trends can go on much longer than you think. Go on much longer than you could ever possibly think. When you think it's the bottom, it is just the halfway point. That's what you should be thinking. Actually breaks below, makes a point off that trap. Super overextended, and traps are still making points. Pandas, this is crazy. Robert Elmore says, Panda, are you going to take a loss on stream again and then post positive P&L later in the day? Crying face. Maybe. If I am positive, I'm positive. I mean, if you've seen my my latest post, my community, my second to latest. I mean, I pretty much posted, my entire trade performance there, and it is what it is. I mean, haters are gonna hate, but I could care less. At the end, if I can't be profitable on this stream, then to me, that means that speaks more. That has more volume. That has more weight to it than showing a P&L or whatever. End of the day, but those on the two-legged pullback Discord know my setups, what I'm taking, and so at the end, honestly, if you stick to the plan, even if you have 2 losses. On whatever in the beginning of the day, you continue. We have a H4 setup here, potential reversal point. I might take the reversal here, Pandas, right to the overshoot bottom of the channel here. I may take a reversal here if we get a reversal setup, but I got burned by 2 reversals already, so I don't know if I'm willing to take another one. I will say this, most likely sometime during the day, like a 95% chance, we're going to come back to the 20 EMA on the 5-minute. It looks really far away, but we most likely will come back to the 20, either 20 EMA come back down to the price action, or we'll come up to it, but sooner or later we'll come back to the 20 EMA today on the 5-minute chart. Man, if we have a reversal here again, temptation will be big. In my mind, I have to take the failed reversal just because that's what's been biting me in the butt so many times. So if you see a reversal, I'm not going to take it. I got to take the failed reversal. It's the only trade I can take right now. Two-legged pullback to the 20 EMA. First break of trend looks like pretty much right here. Yep, there's a second entry short here. And if you are a trend trader, you'll take this trade with a good signal bar, but I'm skipping it. I'm skipping it because I'm looking at the larger market structure, looking at the bigger picture, looking at a failed breakdown of this channel here, looking at this H4 setup, looking for a place where most likely it will reverse here and maybe come back to the 20 EMA on the 10K chart, also 20 EMA on the 5-minute chart, right? If you have a failed second entry short here, again, this is a place you want to reverse. You want to take that trade, in my opinion. Strong downtrend though. Some people may be interested in going short here. For almost every reason to go short does make a point. This again is another reversal pattern, but I got burned on this 2 times already. Do I want to get burned again, pandas? I'll take the failed trap. I'll take the failed trap here. I feel like if I take that, I'm going to get burned on the failed trap. I'll take a 2-legged pullback. A, B, C. I'll take a 2-legged pullback here, pandas, if we get it. In my opinion, this is going to make a nice point, probably swing here. Again, it's one of those trades that you're like, okay, I should take this because of the reversal pattern. Currently failing. So learning from my past mistakes that today is not the day for these reversal patterns to hit. You can't really get a second entry long here. Trap to the trap. Boy, oh boy, how bad do I want to take this? How bad do I take this trap? If it wasn't on stream, I probably would take this. Because of the stream, I'm like holding back so hard. I gotta take this trade, pandas. I'm sorry. It's an outside bar reversal. 1 second, pandas. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry, pandas. Sitting on my paws here. Just can't learn this lesson too many times today. Got burned way too many times on these reversals today. Sitting on my paws here. Pandas, I know it's unfortunate because I cannot make up for my mistakes. There's not enough time on the stream. But I'm going to have to end the stream here, pandas. I am sorry. I know it hurts. It hurts me more than it hurts anyone else. But I'm going to end the stream with a red day today again. But it's all good, pandas. We stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, pandas. Trade safe, everybody. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. If you guys love seeing me lose money, join. If you love seeing me make money, join tomorrow. Hope you guys can join us.